let's go ahead and we have one more prediction show to get through. One more prediction show to get through, and it is your NFL awards. We do this every single year as well. We try to predict who's going to get all of the major awards: Coach of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, MVP. So we're going to go through these, and we're going to just throw out our predictions on who we think. We also have Rec and Doc in the background. They'll be making their predictions as well. And then we're going to get into some ultimate roster to close out the show. So, we're going to go through these. I'm going to go ahead and get some of the odds out there for each category so that we'll know who the favorite is based off of FanDuel Sportsbook. Why, by the way, can I just say something? Is there a reason why FanDuel Sportsbook doesn't sponsor this show yet? We do all of our odds through FanDuel Sportsbooks. FanDuel.
Email them.
The thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home. Like, what are we doing?
Email them.
Where have I heard that before, Scotty?
Never heard it. Never heard it.
FanDuel, this one's to you. Guys, clip this, send it to FanDuel, and be like, hey, these guys cover you guys all the time. They're shouting you out. We want 15, 20 submissions, because that's how many people are here. We'll try to get them to hook us up with some sponsorship dollars. Let's go. Come on, FanDuel. They're just clueless into what people want. So let's get into it. We have our award predictions. We already predicted all of the NFL over-under totals for every single team. We already predicted who's going to make the playoffs and who's going to win the Super Bowl. Those videos are on our YouTube channel, so you got to go to YouTube. Check that out. The links will be in the chat here in a sec after Rec puts them in. But go check out our YouTube channel and see where, if you missed that show, if you didn't know who we predicted, and over-under totals, things along those lines, that is where you'll find them. They are uploaded and ready to go. But this is getting into our final predictions leading into week 1. Guys, it's week 1 this week. Crazy. We've made it.
We're here.
We here. And I there's nothing better than this week. Let's get started with our predictions though, and we're gonna go down the line. We'll start out with the big ones, I guess. We want to start the big ones first. Just go all in, or do we want to tease the big ones and go the small ones first? What do we think? Let's switch it up. Let's do the small ones. What do you think? Let's start out with.
You literally had a conversation with yourself, walking back and forth with that.
Yeah, so. We want to keep people hanging out and on the edge of their seat. So let's start out with some of the smaller ones. What's up, Ty? How we going? This USC LSU game, and incomplete. Flag on the play. 1:51 left, fourth quarter. LSU USC. USC is up 3. With LSU knocking.
About to go on top. At minimum, tied up.
Yeah, this game is why it looks like it's going to be on LSU for some reason. I don't know. I haven't been listening to it.
It's an illegal shift.
Let's get into it. Let's get first Coach of the Year predictions. NFL AP Coach of the Year. The current favorites, there's 2 favorites that are tied at the top. It's not Rec. Maybe we'll take Mike Tomlin here. But Mike Tomlin. Top of the favorites list here, Jim Harbaugh and Matt Eberflus are the 2 favorites for this current role. So Jim Harbaugh, obviously, with the Chargers coming in year 1. Eberflus inheriting a nice quarterback, Caleb Williams. You might have heard of him. I don't know. He seems to be in tune for a big year this year. Behind them, so they're 10-1, both of them, 10-1. 12-1 for Raheem Morris. Matt LaFleur is 13-1. D'Amico Ryans 14-1, and so is Shane Steichen is 14-1. And Mike McDonald as well, 14-1. Otherwise, it's lower odds as you go. No Dan Campbell of McDuggets. No, Dan Campbell.
Once you achieve success, you're no longer allowed to win Coach of the Year.
Yeah,
it's basically a coach of a shitty team the prior year that is good the next year. That's the rules. Like Andy Reid has zero chance. You didn't even mention Andy Reid. Unless they go 17-0, Andy Reid has no shot. No shot.
Yeah.
Winning Coach of the Year.
Andy Reid is the worst odds of. No, wait. He's tied for the worst odds of any coach to win Coach of the Year.
No, that can't be true.
Plus 6,000. Along with Stefanski, Bowles, Harbaugh, Mike McCarthy, Dennis Allen. He's down there.
I mean, he's down there with Dennis Allen. He must be trash.
Dude's gonna win the Super Bowl and can't win a Coach of the Year.
All
but then everyone acknowledges how good of a coach he is. It's weird.
So I think. Do we want to do individual predictions? Do we want to do team predictions? So like you and I, Scotty, we both go in and decide and try to get these as accurate as possible, and talk through some of the choices here.
It depends. I don't know where you're at, so I know what's accurate, but I don't know if you're accurate.
As far as what? The odds or just who I think?
Who you think?
Well, that's why if we do the team route, we'll be discussing maybe a couple options, and then we'll also discuss a couple options based off of like the best value from a betting standpoint that could win you some money. So we'll do a little bit of both. So how about this? We'll do team predictions. We could go head to head against Rec and Doc, maybe. You do that?
Yeah.
Anyways,
get the
I'm
backup
down for
choice.
whatever.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go head to head against Rec and Doc, and we'll maybe put a bet on it or something. So we get to pick one person, and they get to pick one person combined. Then what we'll do is, if neither of our candidates win, it's a push. Obviously, nobody wins anything. If we win, then obviously we'll accumulate how many correct picks we get and maybe have a little wager on it. How about that? Mix it up a little bit this year.
Okay.
All right. So, Scotty, maybe we go first on this one. Where is your head at initially for Coach of the Year as far as who you think is locked?
I mean, based off of my NFL playoff bracket, I gotta go one direction and one direction only, and it's a rookie head coach with this team, but not a rookie head coach in the league ever. I'm going Raheem Morris.
Raheem.
That's my boy.
Okay.
That's my boy.
Raheem the Dream. I think he's definitely one of the best value picks for sure too. I really, between him and we also have a Bears team, a young Bears team with Eberflus. That's interesting because we both have the Bears making the playoffs.
Yep.
Which that doesn't happen very often. So like the fact that I think between Eberflus and Raheem Morris, I think we're on a good track because those would be like my two options. But
that might be 1 and 2 for me as well. But in my bracket, I think the Falcons are going to win a lot more games even than
Falcons are going to be
the Bears.
And they're going to be standouts in their they're going to be head of
that division.
Yeah.
They're going to dominate. They're going to wreck shop. They got a lot of talent. I like the Bears a lot. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if you saw. Did you see Nick Wright, by the way, on Fox? He has the Bears in the Super Bowl.
he's
not happening.
Outside of his Chiefs takes.
We'll see.
Outside of his Chiefs takes, I feel like he's kind of.
He's got the Chiefs Bears in the Super Bowl.
At first, it was like, all right, maybe he's questionable on his NBA takes, but now he's starting to bleed into his NFL takes, and now I'm just like, wait a minute.
The only reason Scotty listens to him at all is because he's a Chiefs fan. Only reason why Scotty likes Nick Wright.
I like Nick Wright for other reasons, but that's a big portion of it. Sure.
Yeah, he definitely helps. By the way,
I think Nick Wright's actually great.
2020,
even if his
by the
takes
way,
are wrong.
USC and LSU are tied 2020 with 22 seconds left. USC has
20 with
ball.
20 seconds to go.
Midfield throw, and yeah, it's coming down to it. All right, so do we want to go Raheem Morris? Final answer for our choice of Coach of the Year.
That's our choice, and obviously we know where Rex going. He's going to take Tomlin.
Yeah. Rec and Doc, you guys collaborate. Who do you like as your Coach of the Year predicted?
Doc, you go first.
This is gonna be tough for me. I mean, just by the sheer shuffling that we've had with the NFL this offseason and the hopefulness of this year, I really want to go for a AFC North coach, but I want to
like AFC North. I feel like all 4 AFC North teams have expectations somewhat.
Right.
And of course, Stefanski won last year, so I don't think it'll be in the AFC North. Honestly, I have an idea that's kind of a wild card.
Oh, here we go.
Because,
He's really good at evaluating coaches, so listen.
a lot of the times, like Coach of the Year is based on like media perception of the team before the season starts. I feel like everyone's down bad on the Bills, so I feel like if they can surprise, I could see McDermott taking the award.
0 chance.
McDermott?
No, you guys do that. There's no shot.
Well, I'm discussing. I'm not locking it in. I'm just saying.
Ooh-wee.
That's why I made that face. You guys just saw why I made that face.
What a catch.
But see, that's low key like what my take was on it. Just because what happens if they actually make the playoffs and go like 12-5? Is that enough for him to get it though? Is what I'm saying. Like, is that enough?
Yeah. I'm just looking through. I'm not like. I mean, we've already talked about how low I am on the Chargers, so I don't think Harbaugh wins it.
No.
Sean McDermott is 50-1 to win Coach of the Year.
But I think but what was he before Diggs even left, and what they were last year? Is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like with Diggs being gone and everybody being down and out on them, like if they go 12-5 or even like 13-4, say like they have like a miracle season. Not saying like it's out of the realm of possibility. It's just not probable. Like 13-4 with a Bills team that doesn't have Diggs, I feel like that would be enough to nominate him. But I'm also like almost on the Dan Campbell bandwagon here with like kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the problem with that is, again, like Dan Campbell, he has expectations. He's not going to win it, but like his chance to win it was a couple of years ago.
Right.
Like this team has expectations. They're great. He's not going to get Coach of the Year for taking a great team to an NFC North title.
What if
like
LaFleur
like
does?
we talked about with what you say, LaFleur?
Yeah, what if he does? Is that enough?
I mean, if they win the NFC North, maybe. But again, like
You guys literally just chose the most boring coach in the league.
Also, first time chatting.
But boring can still win it.
By the way,
and there's no shot McDermott wins it.
Blacksmith Dan,
Love you
welcome
guys,
in.
no
time.
shot.
Then go with the
No
Ryans.
shot.
Blacksmith Dan, first time
It's not gonna
chatter.
be D'Amico.
No analyst will be C. I told you the Bills were good, and so McD won't be seen that way.
No.
That's right.
And also, I don't think Bills fans like McDermott very much right now. Like, no, he's the most boring.
Like, I'm just.
But even if they go 12-5, it won't matter. No, it won't matter. They'll be like, it's because of Josh Allen, not because of McDermott.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Like McDermott is the only playoff coach from last year that has a shot of winning Coach of the Year. If not, it's mostly going to be.
You want to go with Steichen then in Indy? If Indy goes, if you want to go flashy, go Indy then.
Maybe again. I'm still.
Thanks, Riley.
I mean, if it's so, y'all, who did y'all pick? Eberflus?
No, we picked Raheem Morris as our Coach of the Year.
Raheem Morris.
This is supposed to be a 2-hour change, so Rick, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah, Riley said, Scott, respectfully, fuck off my coach. I appreciate you keeping it respectful. Blacksmith Dan, by the way, who's your team and where you're from? Like to get to know you a little bit better. Welcome in
to the Action Lab. We are live every Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and we'll be live covering every single week of the NFL. So make sure you get in here. What's up, Sarah? Welcome in, Sarah. Guys, we have one more spot in our fantasy leagues. If you guys want in, make sure you message Rec in the Discord. So, between Black Market Breast Milk and Blacksmith Dan, we got a lot of we're loading up. We're loading up on similar
LSU just got.
What are we loading up on?
By the way,
on similar usernames here. I love it.
You know what? I mean, at this point, Rick, just name somebody for God's sakes. Just go with Steichen then.
Blacksmith's a Chiefs fan. Let's go. Let's go.
Also a Husker fan since 4 years old.
Husker fan. Well, now you have Lil Cuzzo of Mahomes with the Huskers with their freshman QB.
Baby Mahomes.
Baby Mahomes in Nebraska.
Oh, and a touchdown for
It's
the USC Trojans.
The Trojans are gonna pull out the upset against LSU.
Wow.
Maybe this means Caleb Williams stinks. No, I'm just kidding.
All right,
joking.
just make the pick already, please. So
8 seconds
left. Unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
Pick a coach. And please,
every position's going to be this long.
Please pick
Rec?
McDermott, because that's laughable.
Okay, but no, here, Doc. I'll
Yeah.
give you the choice. Steichen or McDermott.
Steichen.
That's the pick.
You could have listed 20 coaches in front of McDermott, and I've been like all 20 of them in front of McDermott.
All right,
and that's not to say McDermott won't win a lot of games. It's just like McDermott's not winning Coach of the Year. The dude. No.
All right, so Shane Steichen. By the way, some other value bets. I feel D'Amico Ryan could be an interesting one at 14 to 1.
He's not gonna win.
He probably won't.
He's just probably too hyped. Actually,
He's probably too hyped,
Like
which
I was
is
telling, Doc, I feel like McDermott's the only one that has the slightest chance from a playoff team last year to win Coach of the Year.
yeah. Either way,
like Andy Reid wins Super Bowls and never finishes like top 5 in Coach of the Year.
Yeah, so it's
Like-
not gonna be D'Amico. It's not gonna be Dan Campbell. It's not gonna be like the real fun coaches that are in the playoffs.
Maybe Mike Tomlin.
No.
We couldn't go with a homer pick. We're both Steeler fans. That's too homerish.
All right. So you guys, it's locked in for Coach of the Year,
Yep.
guys. We're going head to head against our mods here, guys. In case you're just joining us, Scotty and I both chose. We agreed on Raheem Morris, and you have Shane Steichen for Coach of the Year. All right. Next up, NFL Comeback Player of the Year award. Now let me go through. Let me go through the top handful
Should
of.
we let them go first?
Yeah, we'll let them go first. And then let's go ahead and take a look at who's favored based off of FanDuel Sportsbook on the odds. So Aaron Rodgers is the leader as of right now at plus 200, 2 to 1. Joe Burrow plus 230. Kirk Cousins plus 430. Anthony Richardson plus 750, 7.5 to 1. Nick Chubb, 15 to 1. Daniel Jones, 18 to 1. I don't know why I laughed when I said
coming back from.
I don't know.
What's he coming back
I
from?
don't know why
He was
I
injured
laughed
last year.
when I said Daniel Jones.
For like a week?
Yeah, for a while. Remember the legend of Tommy DeVito?
DeVito, baby. Let's go. The Cutlets, baby. Sam Darnold, 20 to 1. Kyler Murray, 25. Let's stop there.
All right.
But we have Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, Anthony Richardson, all kind of in the single digits when it comes to like 7.5 to 1, 4.5 to 1. Anyways, you guys go ahead, pick your representative for NFL Comeback Player of the Year.
My favorite's Joe Burrow. That's
we're taking Burrow. That's our pick.
Joe
Burrow. It is. Hey, we had to go quick this time.
Listen, I'm trying to save you guys time here. You know, we spent like 45 minutes on the Coach of the Year, so 45 seconds was our max.
Burrow.
I mean, we talked about how this is the last year. Like, this is the last year for the Bengals in their window. all these guys want to get paid, so they're going to go out hard. I feel like the Bengals are going to make the playoffs, and Burrow's going to go far.
I mean,
He's going to win.
They're wrong, Chris.
Scotty.
They made it so quick and they're wrong.
So
But I'm
quick.
double. But
Doubling
me, I
down
would
on-
just
I know
double
where
up.
you're
I would
going.
double
I'm
up.
with
I
you.
would double down. I
I'm
would
with
double
you.
down.
Kirk Cousins, baby. Kirk Cousins.
Kirky Cousins.
It's easy. Let's go.
It's gonna happen when they win like 12 games this year.
It's not
it's
even
gonna be Kirk Cousins.
I mean, by the way, not only is that he's the most likable, but he's coming back off of an injury. He's going to have one of the best years with a great
New team,
roster.
it builds excitement. Like, dude's gonna be comeback player of the
It's a
year. Come
layup.
on.
It's
Come
a
on.
layup. Let's
You guys
go.
missed. Like, we let you choose first, and you missed it. You missed it.
You missed your
You
shot.
swung and you missed.
You got one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, and you have
I think
spaghetti all over you.
I personally think y'all is slightly overhyping Atlanta.
Atlanta, baby.
Well, I personally
Atlanta.
think you should shut your mouth.
We're going.
No.
Good idea. No.
Should we just
He said
sweep
no.
the board on all of our picks and pick Atlanta players all the way through?
Yes,
Yeah.
Josh should
Have to
definitely
do.
pick Atlanta.
Yeah, Bijan, come on now, let's go.
Look at Atlanta's schedule and tell me I'm overhyping them. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders, but they're gonna win a ton of games this year.
Black market. What's Kirk Cousins coming back from? He's 1-4 in playoffs over his career. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Well, good news is this is voted before playoffs, and he's coming back from what did he do? What did he tore? Like, I don't know. He had a
Torn
serious
Achilles.
injury. Torn
Torn
Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad.
yeah. That
Sounds like a legit injury to come back from.
man, we have a lot of
Yeah.
better candidates this year than we did last. Remember last year we had Mechie the third and
Well, I thought
DeMar
it was.
Hamlin.
I thought it was going to be
DeMar
Hamlin as
Hamlin.
a shoe-in.
Yeah, and then it was Joe
Frankly,
Flacco.
How did nobody take Sam Darnold? Come on, he's gonna
crazy.
put up 40 touchdowns this year.
All right.
Kidding.
Sammy in
What's next?
Minnesota just
Kidding.
dominated.
Offensive player of the year.
All right, so now let's get to we're going to get to the next one on the categories list, AP NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Ooh.
So this is a little deeper cut for all you guys who might not know some of these names. The leader in this let's just go through the odds. Liatu Latu is the favorite. Dallas Turner for Minnesota. He plays for the Colts. Dallas Turner for Minnesota next at plus 440. Jared Verse at plus 700. Byron Murphy, Seattle, 14-1. Do we need to go any further? I mean, I don't know. Do we want to do this
I don't
one?
think so.
Do we
You
want
guys
to?
are first.
Do we want to do this one? This seems deeper.
Why not?
We can. All right, let's do it.
Yep.
All right. So
We'll probably both miss, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
This
this
is gonna
one,
be a hard one.
this one's a shot in the dark. So
I tend to like taking.
I think the spotlight's going to be on LA a little bit. So Verse kind of sounds interesting.
I like Jared Verse. I like someone that's going to sack the quarterback a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually like Jared Verse. Yeah, because otherwise it's like Dallas Turner, but he's on Minnesota, who's going to be terrible this year. I think. I have a lot of concerns there. Latu, I don't know why he's the odds-on favorite. Like
He's not. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not as excited about him. I think, not to give them too many clues, but taking a corner or a secondary player is kind of wild. They don't win the award. It's somebody that's sacking the quarterback, and it's gonna be Jared Verse, and we're gonna be 3 for 3, Chris.
Yeah, 3 for 3. Who do
I'm
you get?
surprised you couldn't go with the guy for named Chop. Come on.
Who do you
Well, Chop may not even be healthy to start the year.
chop
so.
Rob?
True.
Yeah.
Who you guys got?
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm looking. Because it's really hard when the
I gotta
first
look at
defensive
this.
player gets drafted at 15th.
Yeah, because like you said, Byron Murphy, he's corner, so that's tough.
No, Byron Murphy's a DT.
Byron Murphy is. There's a Byron Murphy that is. a corner.
There is one.
But
He's the one that's from Minnesota. He's actually on the Vikings. That's why I got confused because I was
Byron
Yes,
Murphy
we
is a
the other
corner
one.
from Washington back in the day.
Right.
Yeah. Byron Murphy
the other one's in
now
Seattle. Yeah,
is
Yes.
now a defensive tackle from Texas.
yeah. There's two, so that's why I got confused.
Yeah.
Black
Just
Market,
too
this
quick on
is
the draw.
defensive rookie of the year.
I mean, I would have to say Byron Murphy just to be something different. I mean, unless we want to go with Latu and stick with the Colts theme.
Go with chalk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
I
with
think-
Chop. Yeah,
I think I would lean Byron Murphy more than Latu.
yeah, that's fine. Put us in for Murphy then.
All right, Murphy,
All right.
locked in. By the way, from 2006 to 2012, 5 of the 7 defensive rookie of the year winners were off-ball linebackers. In the 11 years since, only one off-ball linebacker, Shaq Leonard, has won the award, with pass rushers earning the honor 7 times. So pass
That's
rushers
crazy.
are where it's at. 6
Right.
franchises, Bengals, Buccaneers, Eagles, Jags, Seahawks, and Vikings, still have not had a player win defensive rookie of the year. So just a shout out to
The
them.
front four.
There you go. If Minnesota does it, they'll be the first time. All right, let's move on to offensive rookie of the year. And
Let's take the easy pick. Let's not overthink this
Yeah,
one, Doc.
you get to pick first. So if you want to just be basic,
let me get
go
to the
ahead.
odds
Nope, go
real
ahead.
quick. Let me
Go
get to
ahead.
the
You can-
odds real quick. Let me
Let's
double
do it,
check.
Doc.
Offensive rookie of the year. Obviously, Caleb Williams is going to be there. Cornhusker, what's going on? Xavier Worthy.
Let's go.
There you
I
go.
hope so. I hope so.
Caleb Williams
Okay.
is the by far favorite for this award at plus 120. Next up, Jaden Daniels 6-1, Marvin Harrison Jr. 6.5-1, Bo Nix 11-1, Drake May 14-1, Malik Neighbors 15-1, Xavier Worthy, shout out to Cornhusker in the chat, 19-1, and then it falls off. So we'll keep it there. Now, let's go ahead. Let's talk about it.
This is no questions asked. We gotta go with the easy pick.
They're going Bo Nix, obviously.
Bo Nix.
Oh yeah. No,
locked
actually,
in.
I was gonna go.
I'm joking.
I was gonna
I'm
go.
joking.
I was gonna go with Drake May. You know, that was gonna be my guy. So,
Yeah.
no, we'll go with Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams is the lock.
Okay.
All right. We
And
gotta get creative
Jaden
with
Daniels
this one.
goes for 40 touchdowns.
Yeah, I like. I think I know it's basic. We go with the next guy, but I like Jaden Daniels.
I think Jaden Daniels is he's gonna have so many opportunities.
It's gonna be a quarterback. Like, no
I mean, we
offense
also said
to
that in
Marvin
2021.
Harrison and Malik Neighbors, but like,
They're
I
gonna
like
have to
them a
ball out to be a
lot.
quarterback.
But yeah, I think we gotta go Jaden.
All right. Jaden Daniels. All right, we'll lock it up. A couple notes here on this one as well. Let's go, guys. We have one more spot for fantasy football. If you guys want in, there's one more spot. You got to ping us. Since
Carson Steele, just on name alone, and the fact that he owns a alligator.
Yeah.
True. I
Pretty
overlooked
damn
that.
cool.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. Since 2000, 18 quarterbacks have been selected number 1 overall in the draft, with the latest being Caleb Williams. Of the 17 who preceded Williams, just 3. Sam Bradford in 2010, Cam Newton in 2011, Kyler Murray in 2019 went on to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
And you could even argue how good those 3 were.
I mean,
None of them, 0 Super Bowls. You had
um,
Cam make one, but like otherwise, it's Sam
Yes.
Bradford was kind of mid
Yeah.
at best, and Cam had a couple years, but like otherwise, kind of fell off quick. And now we'll see.
Sam Bradford is football's version of Alex Galchenyuk. I think I've said this before.
Oh,
Let me say that
geez, here
loud.
it goes.
Yeah, it's like this
the
is the
Galchenyuk.
year that he breaks out. This is the year he finally breaks out. I swear it's gonna happen.
and if Caleb Williams wins, he'll become the second player in Bears history And first Chicago quarterback to earn the honor. The only other one was Anthony Thomas in 2001.
Chicago's never had a quarterback throw for like 4,000 yards, I think.
Or more than
it's
20
wild.
or more
is
than
correct.
29 touchdowns. Like no
That's a
Their best
wild
was-
stat.
That's a
Their
wild
best
stat.
was Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler was the best. And
Crazy.
Trubisky's a top 10 quarterback for them.
Crazy.
All right, let's go to defensive player of the year. Now we go first, I believe, Scotty, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it to troll?
I mean,
anything not TJ Watt is probably trolling at this point. So pretty easy to troll.
All right, defensive player of the year. Now, I know we like our boy Micah Parsons in this spot because he's just dominating, but
I've liked him a lot. Yep.
But is there maybe some fatigue with him and having him in there a little bit? Like,
It hasn't hit yet, which makes me like him a bit.
I like him. I think
don't
Dallas.
I don't think I like Garrett or Watt because of fatigue in voting.
Yeah,
Well, don't forget about the.
I would think
Crosby's
like
in the mix.
Crosby I like a lot. Aiden Hutchinson I like a lot.
Bosa.
I don't like Bosa as
Bosa's.
much.
So Parsons
I'd
is the
probably
favorite.
go Parsons. I know he's the favorite. I'd go
He's-
Parsons or Crosby, honestly.
Yeah, I think those are my top two as
but
well.
But is Crosby? Are the Raiders going to be good enough to like
warrant him to be in the
right?
Yeah, I think Dallas is going to have a better season. I think, but I mean, honestly, a deep cut to Aiden Hutchinson at 14-1, knowing that the Lions defense is probably going to be giving up a little bit. You think they're going to be giving up that back end might be giving up points, which is a little deceiving, right? But if he has individual stats, I think he can really. It's going to be individual stats. Micah Parsons is 5.5-1, by the way. Myles Garrett 7-1. Max Crosby 8.5-1, along with TJ Watt. Nick Bosa's 10-1. Hutchinson's 14-1. Chris Jones is 25-1. So it falls off quite a bit from there. But I think we got to go Micah here, man.
Yeah.
I think Micah's.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
All right. We draft for defensive player of the year, Micah Parsons. You're up.
We already know who we're picking, so
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt it is.
Okay.
You got to stay with it. Got to stay with him.
It's not gonna be Garrett, but the only one I would consider. It was essentially Parsons or TJ Watt. Whichever one y'all took, we were gonna take the other.
I will say though, from a betting standpoint, Aiden Hutchinson is probably one of my. He's probably.
I might actually drop something on that. 14-1. Yeah, you have to.
14-1. You're getting some good value. STG
Absolutely.
even says it as well in the chat. I love the number.
Hey, boring is fine, but when you have one of the best defensive players in all football, why wouldn't you bet on him? Come on.
McDougall,
Yeah.
Denzel Ward.
Regardless.
I have Chris Jones. I'm not betting on him.
Yeah, why don't you?
Some notes
because he
on
won't get Defensive Player of the Year.
notes on defensive player
Our
of the year.
team's more focused on winning Super Bowls than
Right.
individual
You're right.
awards.
You're right.
Couple notes on defensive
just
player
worried
of the
about being
year. 9 of the 10 recent defensive player of the year winners were pass rushers, with cornerback being one outlier. Do you guys know the corner?
Stephon Gilmore in
Stephon-
2019.
It was definitely Stephon. with
Stephon
the
Gilmore.
Patriots.
Yep. He's just one of 6 defensive backs to take home the prize in the last 30 years. Palomalu in 2010,
Yep.
Charles Woodson
My
in
boy.
2009, Bob Sanders in 2007, Ed Reed 2004, Sanders in 1994. The season sack leader has been named Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over the past 10 years, while only once during that span did the league leader in interceptions win the award. So, and that was Stephon Gilmore. So shout out to all those pass rushers, because that's what gets
Listen,
you.
all I know is I'm taking Rec to go to trivia night when we go to a bar so I can drink beer for free with his knowledge. That's all I know.
Well,
Hell
it,
yeah.
it helps.
That one
yeah.
was an easy question, actually. I think.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying though,
Yeah.
like you don't hear him. It's me and him before you guys get on, and he always is like spewing this stuff that would definitely be in like trivia. So who doesn't like free beer? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
just,
Saying.
just bring
Dude,
along
I
Rec.
gotta use my football nerd knowledge for something.
Yeah. I'm
all right.
told it's useless knowledge, but I don't believe it.
I'll drink to
You're not
that.
supposed to say that. You're not supposed to tell him.
Hey! I'm a writer. It's come in handy a couple of times.
All right.
Couple. Keywords couple.
Next
Shut
up.
up.
Which DB will have the most sacks? Just Black.
Which DB will have the most sacks?
I mean, my lead would be Mike Hilton because he's always a threat in the slot to blitz. Remember that from his days in Pittsburgh.
I mean, the most sacks on a DB is going to be like 3. So I don't know. I know if L'Jarius Sneed was still with KC, like they love sending him. Trent McDuffie's pretty good too. Justin Reed's good there. Like I don't. KC's really good at sending secondary players on blitzes and get it done. But I don't know.
That's a tough one.
A lot of times,
actually.
if you're a DB that's getting sacks, it's more scheme than anything.
Yeah, depends on the match. Just depends on scheme. Like it's hard to predict that. I feel like I've got Simpsons and video game knowledge that gets used in the bar trivia. Okay, see now we know your skill sets. Now we can take you to bar trivia. Just take our community out. You guys all have your specialties, right?
Back in the day, I would go to bar trivia every week. It was a lot of fun.
We should do that more often. Why don't we do that more often?
Because we have kids.
Chris.
We have kids.
Chris,
We have children.
I got one for you. Antoine Winfield will be my take.
Antoine Winfield for the DBs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Shoot your shot, Doc. Shoot your shot. I like it. Let's move on to
It's gonna have to be. The rest of that defense is old.
Offensive Player of the Year award. Here we go. Let's look at the odds of who's in the mix for this one. Tyreek Hill is their leader, according to FanDuel Sportsbook, at 7.5 to 1. Christian McCaffrey 9.5 to 1. CeeDee Lamb 11 to 1. Jamar Chase 12 to 1. Justin Jefferson 12 to 1. Bijan at 16 to 1. Amon-Ra 16. Brees Hall 16. AJ Brown 18. And then you got Puka Nacua at 22. So we'll stop there. So Doc and Rec, you guys have the
second pick.
Nope. We have the first.
He was kidding.
Gotta make sure.
I don't know, because I'm the one that when we were doing the fantasy football stuff, I was high on CD just because based off of his statistics over the last couple years that his numbers have increased drastically. And then he had 130 something. What did he have last year? It was something astronomical. And it's so hard to go against that because, he's the guy down there and I don't know. What do you think, Rec?
It's between two guys. It's between Tyreek and it's between CD.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just between those two. Tyreek, here, let me look up his stats from last year just to see for a reference point. Where is it?
Tickle is Amon for the win.
I would love for Amon-Ra to win it because he's always been a favorite of mine, but I just don't think he's not going to get the same that CD or Tyreek's going to get, and that pains me to say that because I'm huge on him.
Hot take in the chat, Jerry Judy.
It's spicy.
Cuban, I want what you're smoking right now.
Cuban.
He loves the players that leave his team.
Yeah.
Maybe more than the players on his teams. I think that was a joke. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Don't get a bet against Tyreek. He's proven performer time and time again.
Yeah, like I said, it's either Tyreek or it's CeeDee Lamb.
I don't know.
I'm looking at the stats. They're both neck and neck.
Right.
You know what? I mean, I was going to say Tyreek is the obvious choice, but after looking at trends, I think I'll jump on your bandwagon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Plus, he's a younger guy by a handful of years, and he's catching up to him. I mean, literally, you look at the numbers, like we went over this. Tyreek and CD have hand-in-hand numbers. I'm going with the younger guy.
Yeah, I hope we didn't overthink it, but I'm going with you. I'm going with CeeDee Lamb, Offensive Player of the Year.
Not easy, but I'll take CD.
Okay, so CD, final answer. Locked in.
Yeah.
Locked in.
Blacksmith, Dan, I'll go with Lamb because Dak is betting on himself this season for a big contract next season. He's going to throw a ton. I mean, we're high on
And
Dallas,
Tua just got paid.
and they're good in the regular season. So
Thank God it's a regular season award, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
your boy's off the board there, which I don't know is the worst thing. I don't
I
know.
probably
It's
wouldn't
not.
have taken. I wouldn't
I mean,
have taken
the field
Lamb,
is
but it's
so
not a
nice.
bad. It's not a bad
no,
pick. But
no.
You have
I mean,
so many nice names out there.
I kind of lean towards like a running back, and
So-
Christian McCaffrey is obviously the obvious choice, but like,
Right.
there's a couple others that I
I
kind
know
of
who
like.
you're hitting towards. I know
I
who
mean-
you're going with.
But I don't want to go all in on the same team.
I was gonna say-
you know?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. I
do
knew
we
it.
have to do? Are we
Can we serve a
all
little Bijan, a little
All in?
Bijan for this one? You know, I'm
Just know, according to the Action Lab, the Atlanta Falcons are the best team in football.
The Atlanta
Best
Action
coach,
Lab
quarterback,
select.
running back.
they're laughing right now, Scotty, when we hit all these players because they have
we
a.
are gonna hit, and it's gonna be sad for them.
Listen, if you hit all of these, I'm asking you for the next day's lottery numbers. Okay, thank you.
All right, so I get where because Bijan's I think gonna have a breakout year.
or we could obviously go Tyreek or something like that.
Tyreek
I mean, you
mean,
have,
is-
you have such amazing options out there still. That's the crazy.
and here's the
Tyreek
thing.
has the upside. Christian
Real-
McCaffrey could be like a basic, sad,
Wait, where's
boring pick.
SCG? Yeah, where's
So-
SCG with the boring? Where's he at with that? Come on.
See
Also, keep it in the chat at Laction Lab.
at Laction Lab.
Action Lab.
That's right. Hot
ATL coming in.
Hot
The best
Lanta.
value, for me, the best value would be Amon-Ra. Honestly, I think he's gonna do something. pretty
So
special
Scotty,
this year.
here's a couple things.
I would think Brees Hall or Bijan are
right
the best value.
Right.
But the problem with Brees Hall is like everyone's gonna just say it's Aaron Rodgers. I think Bijan, people will be like, "Oh, it's Kirk Cousins." No, they won't because they don't. Nobody likes Kirk Cousins. Unfortunately, I mean he's
You
a
guys do.
very likable person, but like
Um,
the masses don't trend that way.
So Chris McCaffrey could become the third player in NFL history to go back to back as Offensive Player of the Year. Marshall Faulk, Earl Campbell did it as well.
That's crazy company there.
Yeah, so that would be wild, and it would make for some stories. But over the past 30 years, a wide receiver has been named Offensive Player of the Year just 3 times.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Uh,
That's why I like the running backs.
with remaining
Right,
27
but
comprised of running backs and quarterbacks was 10. So all 3 of the wideouts were Michael Thomas in 2019, Cooper Kupp in 2021, Justin Jefferson in 2022, which is why
So
I
it's been
feel
recent.
like
So they're recent.
they are.
so
I'm
it's
surprised you didn't go with
trending.
Patty.
I
You want to go with Patty?
Chris, who do you like? You haven't mentioned a name yet.
I mean, Tyreek, I think, is one of those guys that he's like chalk, right? You know he's going to be up there. But I'm with you.
Yeah.
Between Christian McCaffrey and Bijan could be very interesting picks. I think if we're going running back, it's one of those 2 guys. Christian McCaffrey, if he stays healthy, which obviously we always say this, and he even at half of a season he misses, and he's still leading all stats for running backs. So if he stays healthy, I think there's a really good chance with that team to maybe do some nice things with Christian McCaffrey. He's their only not
I mean,
only. But he's
told people he should be the number 1 pick in fantasy drafts.
So
And you don't think twice.
I feel like Christian McCaffrey would be on the board for us. So and he's number 2 in the odds behind Tyreek Hill. So
I just have a question real quick.
Yeah.
With CD, how did he finish 3rd last year with 135 receptions, 1,750 yards, and 13 touchdowns? How did you finish 3rd, like distant 3rd to CMC and Tyreek? Distant. With
Because
135.
a wide receiver, it's so hard to separate yourself. CMC separate himself from
Right.
every
No,
other
I
running
get
back
that.
in the
I'm
league.
talking about Tyreek and him is what I'm really trying to say here. Sorry.
Tyreek also, I think did he miss some time, Tyreek, last year?
I can check real quick.
Maybe it didn't.
but you
think he
also
did,
got those
but-
late. I mean, he puts a ton of
Tyreek
numbers
Hill
early.
played-
He had
Hey,
119 receptions for
game.
1,800 yards and 13 touchdowns. But that's what I'm saying, though. Like,
Tyreek
their
missed.
stats were similar. Did he miss
Tyreek
like an
missed
extra
1
game?
game.
Yeah.
Just one game.
I just want to know what the difference between the two of them were, that it was over almost 100 points between Tyreek and
CD.
I think it's
did
the
play all 17.
explosiveness. It's the explosiveness of Tyreek Hill versus CeeDee Lamb. Like,
Yeah.
Was it because of the Cowboys' end of the season? Like, I just want to know, because like I just felt like the stats are almost similar, and yet he finished so far away. Like, you know what I mean?
keep in mind, Tyreek Hill's doing this with a quarterback that throws left-handed. So, like, it's
What's wrong with
also-
lefties?
oh no, Where do I begin?
I'm left-handed. No, I know.
I grasp that. I grasp that based off your comment, but
So what do you think, Scotty?
sorry for your loss. I'm fine with. I'll let you choose between CMC and Bijan. Those are my two boys. Those
Can't
are my
go wrong
guys.
with either one. I'll tell you that.
Oof.
Do you each want to split and each one take one?
He would be making history. Like, the only thing, the downside of McCaffrey is he would be making history joining those names, like I mentioned,
Right.
winning back to back, which I don't. He would have to have an extraordinary year. Plus, oh man, that's tough. I think they do slip. Their team is kind of. Let's go Bijan. Let's go Bijan. Let's get wild.
We are the ATL reps.
The Atlanta Action
We're
Lab.
only picking Atlanta
Now watch
players or
Tyreek.
coaches.
Atlanta goes 5-12.
Don't you
Watch
put
us,
that
Tyreek.
evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Let's go. Let's
love the reference.
get
Love
wild with it. Why not? All right. So there we go. Next up,
Is MVP the last one?
we did offensive rookie of the year.
We did both rookie of the years.
Both rookie of the
We did
years.
comeback.
We did defensive player, I believe.
We
Yeah.
did
with-
offense.
Do
We
we-
just
do
did
we-
offensive
Do
player.
we really have to get into this? Because I know who Scotty's taking right off the rip. We don't even have to name anybody.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. MVP. Now
Y'all get the first pick.
we get
And y'all
first
get-
pick. So let's
Y'all
go
gonna
through the
pick
odds.
Mahomes.
Let's go through the odds. Patrick
Mhm.
Mahomes 4.5 to 1.
Who?
End
Patrick
it right there. You don't have to name anybody else. That's it.
Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen plus 8 to 1. Joe Burrow 10 to 1. CJ Stroud 11 to 1. Jalen Hurts 11 to 1. Jordan Love 14 to 1. Lamar 15 to 1. Purdy 16. Tua 20. We'll stop there.
Oh, they're
Um,
taking Lamar, clearly.
Well, Dak is 20 as well. Sorry, Dak is 20 as well. We'll stop there. So, we know, based off our predictions, based off of everything, based off of what we know about the Kansas City Chiefs, just talking about this MVP, 3 players have won at least 6 MVP awards. The last 6, I'm sorry. The last 6. 3 players. Lamar Jackson in 2019, 2023. Patrick Mahomes in 18 and 22. And Aaron Rodgers in 20 and 21. So 3 players been stealing them all up. Lamar Jackson is the only quarterback with multiple MVP awards not to appear in a Super Bowl. He's currently plus, we heard his odds, to take home this year's trophy, while the Ravens have the second best odds to represent AFC in the Super Bowl. But we all know, because we have all our Ravens fans out there that love our. We had more comments, by the way. Yeah, we're
Taking Lamar all day. No, I'm just-
we're gonna get more Ravens hate for not picking Lamar here because we're not going to. So fatigue when it comes to some of these could be a factor, right? Mahomes in 18 and 22, 19 and 23 in Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers has been off the grid for. So the less for him because he's coming off the injury, he's getting older. But Mahomes hasn't won. He didn't win last year. He could have. It's hard to go against Mahomes.
No, he wasn't going to
No.
win last year. No.
The Chiefs'
Partially
offense
because
wasn't
his
good
team,
last year.
yeah, the defense kind of carried him at times. Not Mahomes' fault necessarily, but like
It almost
not a
helps
lot
his
of talent
cause
around
this
all.
year. It almost helps his cause this year because he wasn't on the
Oh
radar.
yeah, no, we can. They were right, Chris. We're picking Mahomes. Mahomes is the right pick. He will win MVP this year.
See, I feel like
promise
this
you.
is us trying to do the coaching.
Right.
I
like, we're just
promise
roundabout.
you. I promise you, Mahomes on the path to he'll get a third MVP, on his way to a third Super Bowl MVP, on his way to a fourth Super Bowl win.
I'm surprised
It's
you didn't pick Kirk
happening.
Cousins.
It's happening.
Well,
I'm
Kirk
surprised
Cousins
they
was our
ate the
backup.
ActionLab.
Kirk Cousins
Yeah,
was
well-
our backup.
Can't pick him for comeback and MVP. All right.
Yeah.
If
Mahomes
he
is
goes
winning
in,
this thing.
he balls
Mahomes is
out.
winning this thing with the wide receiver core he's got now. That offense is going to open up again, and it's going to be. It's happening. It's happening. People get used to it. I don't care. He's going to win it again.
We could have saved 5 minutes with you just saying Mahomes.
Well, Chris was talking the whole time.
Yeah.
So.
I was trying to be. I was trying to make
Trying
a
to
little more
drag it out?
suspense.
I got you.
You
I
know,
got you.
a little more
Yeah.
suspense.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Can Josh Allen catch the ball when he throws it?
Lamar did it against the Chiefs. So
Maybe. Maybe his wide receiver core, I would argue, and tight end is better
Just
than
saying.
what Mahomes had last year. But yeah,
I'm
maybe
just saying,
he might need to. He might need to.
he
I
might
know
have to
who
run
my
for his
I
life,
know who
dude.
my number 2 would be.
Joe
Your number
Burrow.
2 would be Allen.
No,
Well, first of all, let's
No,
let.
who?
So
Me
you
or
guys
him?
are picking Josh Allen? Is that?
I think actually no, I think Doc was right. That would probably be my number 2.
Well, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like, I just, I'd love to see CJ Stroud do it. I just don't think he's going to have enough. I don't think he's going to have enough yards passing to match up, especially with Mahomes. I think Mahomes is going to.
Are people
He's gonna
sleeping
ball out
on
this year.
Joe Burrow a little bit?
No,
10 to
I'm
1.
the one that I'm. That's my value pick too.
I mean,
I think
yeah.
that he's going to come back. I think he's going to come out with a chip on his shoulder, just like
Now
the rest of that offense. Just saying.
I feel like people are
Just
sleeping
can't
on
never
Joe.
respect
Joe.
a guy that got that hair.
It just
Yeah.
pains.
Right now.
Yeah,
I
mean,
can't
I'm
respect a
Slim
man like that.
Shady.
Yeah.
Slim Shady,
It's real bad.
But
Real
it
bad.
pains me as a Steeler fan to say this, but I think that Joe is going to have probably the best quarterback numbers in the AFC North this year. So Joe is my
That-
pick.
Now the problem is, are they going to? Because he's also our comeback player of the year pick. Will they give him both?
Can you get both?
I mean, theoretically, you probably could.
I don't think
there's
it's.
anything
I
against
don't think
the
it's a
rules.
common thing, though. I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like,
It's definitely uncommon, but it's
That's what-
probably like a possibility.
I
Well,
think
that's the only
more
reason
so
why.
that who's come back from an injury and then won MVP the next year. That's what's more uncommon. So if you think he can win the MVP, yeah. How does he win MVP and doesn't get comeback player of the year? He's got to get both.
right. Well, that's why I just wasn't sure how the NFL works with that. I don't know if they're weird.
I, mean,
Right.
I can. I can
They make
Google it
poor
really
choices.
quick.
Sometimes they give Lamar Jackson MVP. Like
So-
twice.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean-
well, like my thing is with like Josh Allen, like if he balls out and doesn't have Diggs, are people going to give him the same respect in the essence of, oh, he doesn't have the big name wide receiver and he still threw for 4,530 touchdowns? Like, is that enough for MVP? Is my question, because I think Mahomes is going to be closer to 5,000. I think this year. I think you guys are going to ball out. So
To your
So-
note on comeback player of the year, but it is a quarterback. 12 of the last 16 winners have been quarterbacks, and then it's been 6 straight years it's been quarterback as well. So,
Joe Flacco won it last year.
Joe Flacco won it last year.
As he should have.
yeah,
Great work.
So
So
yeah.
although I did look it up. I mean, there's nothing that says it's illegal, but it has never happened in the history of the NFL.
So you're not, the odds aren't in your favor, but you could go all
Yeah,
in on
you-
Cincinnati. You could go all like weird guy is Cincinnati and Hot Atlanta. You know,
well, that's what I'm
Well, I-
saying though. Like, I'd love to go Josh Allen, but I just don't know if they're going to give it to him, even if he does ball, because one, Patty Mahomes, and two, like, what he's going to have to run for 1,500 yards probably to even have a chance to surpass Mahomes' touchdown total and his yards. Is what
Which,
I'm saying.
So, I mean, at very least with Burrow, we could also double dip and be like, well, he's got to win one of these awards, right?
Yeah, until he doesn't, and then we look
Yeah.
like idiots.
But you see where I'm going here.
Gibby, no, Joey, old man Joe,
Joe
got it last
Flacco.
year. Yeah, he stole it away from DeMar Hamlin, right at the last second. There.
I guess you could say that he stole it from his cold dead hands.
Okay.
He's
Really, Rack?
Bruh.
Wow.
Get him out.
Now you're back.
Get him
Wow.
out. That's strike 3. Get him off the show. He's out.
you just dropped one there, Rick.
Yeah, Rec dropping a bomb. Wow.
Mm.
Excuse me. But that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be between Josh Allen and Burrow for us. But I just think that I don't think that anybody else really will have an opportunity to put up numbers like the front runners are going to this year. And I think that Josh is going to have a chip on his shoulder to prove he's more than just a quarterback that threw to Stephon Diggs. You know what I mean? So I'd hate to bet against Josh Allen, but, I don't know. You pick. So this way, if we're wrong, it's your fault.
Final answer, Josh Allen?
I would lean more towards Burrow than Allen.
Allen has the rushing upside too, though. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not surprising because Allen's the better quarterback, so I get why Rec would lean towards Burrow.
I agree. I agree. Allen is the better quarterback, but Burrow has more to work with, and even if honestly, they usually don't take that into account, like how much you have to work with. When it comes
Wouldn't
to
Allen have it? I was just gonna say Allen would have more of an opportunity to put up big numbers and then say, "Well, look what he had around him," kind of thing. But
yeah, I just don't think they ever factor that in. I think it's just best stats period, no questions asked. And I think Burrow.
I think that's her best opportunity, not named Patty Mahomes. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, who you guys going with
Josh
for
Allen.
MVP? Josh Allen?
Got to. It gives us the bet. I just think he's going to be the better, with the rushing upside. I still think he's going to have to.
Okay. Josh Allen.
All right.
There it is. We have our predictions locked and loaded. We are all set. Guys, now that we have our predictions, we need to... if you're not joining our contests, they're free, and they're all there in the chat. Click on the link. We have our Pick'em. We have our Survivor. We have our Super Contest. All in the chat right there. It's free, and you could win free prizes. We have ActionLab gear that you could get in on, so make sure you join in on those. Also, we have one more spot in fantasy football that no one seems to want to take. I don't understand. Guys, jump in if you want to play with Scotty and myself, fantasy football, along with all the other community that we have here.
If you want to get dominated, just join.
Medic. Final. We got our last guy. There we go. Medic.
Let me just make sure he wasn't in there earlier, and he was not in there.
Hey.
There we go.
There we go.
Guys, I
Medic.
have something for you that I think you're going to be interested in. Can you name the quarterback that is projected to be, that is right now the odds-on favorite to lead the league in passing yards this year?
Wait, what was the question? Say that one more time.
So it's the regular season passing yards, the most regular season passing yards for 2024, 2025. Who do you think is the odds-on favorite?
This has to be like a trap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is, but it isn't. It is, but it isn't. You'll see why.
I would lean Stroud.
Are we...
Just based off the reactions, I would go CJ Stroud.
I think maybe Jordan Love.
Love, maybe.
Chat, what do you think?
Burrow?
Dak could be in there too.
Yeah.
Jared Goff won't
SDG,
lead. He can't
Kirk-
be the favorite to lead.
Kirk Cousins? I mean, why
It's
not?
gotta, if it's not Mahomes, Stroud, Love, or Dak, I don't know what we're doing.
Chris, who do you think?
I think. I mean, we talked about CD having a big year. I'll go Dak.
All right, so this is a little surprising to me. So CJ Stroud is the favorite at plus is 7-1.
Okay.
Mahomes is 8-1.
Okay.
Dak is 9-1.
Okay.
And Joe is 9.5-1. Then Jared Goff is 10-1.
Joe being Jordan Love?
Joe Burrow.
Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Real Joe.
Yeah.
Real
Got
Joe.
it.
Tua is 11-1. Josh Allen is 16-1. Kirk Cousins is 20-1, along with Jordan Love, and then Stafford, and then Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, and Kyler and Herbert are 3,000 and beyond.
I'm with McDuggets in the chat. Dark Horse Stafford. He was my hot take MVP candidate. Stafford, if everything, that offense, that coaching staff, McVay, I'm telling you, look out
Also,
for
real
it.
quick,
Chat.
who's y'all's comeback player of the year again?
Take a look at that chat. There you go. What was that? What'd you say?
But what defense do you think would be the best week 1 for fantasy?
Yeah.
Also, new guy in the chat.
Probably Cincy because
A liquefy. Welcome in.
New England. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
like that.
We're going to be breaking it down in Wednesday's show, a liquefy. So hit that follow button so you get the notification when we go live. We're going to be doing some rankings and things on some fantasy football. So make sure you guys join in. There we go. That's my man.
All right.
Lego.
Let's go. Welcome to the community, a liquefy. Who's your team and where you're from? Like to get to know you a little bit better.
Scotty, you'll be happy to know that Mahomes is the leader 5.5 to 1 for the regular season passing touchdown crown.
That seems.
I don't need.
It's
I'm
not
not
even
happy
close.
about. I'm not happy about that. It's just
It's
what I would
not
even-
expect, and
It's
Also-
not even close.
also I don't care how many touchdowns he throws in the regular season.
Interestingly,
figured
I'm
you
looking at the rushing yards, most rushing yards. McCaffrey 1, Bijan 2. Jonathan Taylor is weirdly enough in there.
That's not weird.
I feel like it's weird only because I just think Anthony Richardson is going to cut into a lot of his. Like, Anthony Richardson is going to be using his legs quite a bit as well. I just don't know if he's going to get the volume as like a Breece Hall. I'd take Breece Hall a little bit higher.
The problem is Anthony Richardson is not a great thrower of the ball yet, so they're gonna rely on the run a lot.
Maybe. I don't know.
Wait, you love the Jaguars and you're from Ohio.
Hey,
Well then.
anytime we have something like that, we need a story. We need a story
Yeah, I
of
need to
how
know this.
how you love the Jags, and you're from Ohio. We always have to get.
Did you move to like Florida?
Yeah, there's
Real quick, what was y'all's comeback player of the year again?
comeback player of the year was Kirk.
Oh yeah, it was Kirk, of course.
Captain Kirk.
Yeah, the
Captain
Atlanta
Kirk.
ActionLab.
ATL Lab. Let's go.
Also, we had Medic. I have a question for you guys. Do you think Nick Chubb can recover from injury and rise back to his previous level, or is he done? I think he's. Here's the thing. I see his workout videos. He's gonna be, because remember when last guy that did this type of like campaign was AP, right? And Adrian Peterson, who was like, I'm gonna come back sooner than anybody. He was showing his workouts, doing all these things. And like, what did AP do when he came back? Like, he wasn't like the same necessarily. He had some flashes, but like, was he dominant for after he came back from his injury? Consistently dominant? I can't remember.
Okay, so Liquefy says he's more of a player fan, big fan of Trevor Lawrence and Evan Ingram.
Family's a Browns
You'll
fan.
be happy to know that Ingram's one of my favorite fantasy players.
Addressing Nick Chubb, like Nick Chubb had a bad injury at Georgia in his college career, and he
Yeah, but his injury that happened against the Steelers, it was more than just one ligament, though. So that's the problem.
It was his entire knee. And he's missing
Yeah,
the
his
first 4
entire
games of the
knee got
season.
shredded just about. And for you, Chris, at one point, less than 10 months after his injury, Peterson led the NFL in yardage at 775,
Okay.
yards per
I was
game at
confused.
97.
Yeah.
And then he was second in offensive touches. So
the year
was-
after, but then what did he do? Was that? So
that was, yeah.
but he didn't.
He had a long career after that. He was great. You're missing on that one, Chris.
Maybe I
Just
am.
give it.
Maybe I am.
Yeah, you're giving up.
But the thing with
Just
Chubb,
give up.
I think he can, but they need to not rush him back because not only has Ford been very good for them, but with the injury that Chubb sustained, with the amount of injury to his knee, you're going to want that extra time to be able to make sure you can go lateral. And especially the way that he plays, he's a power guy. You're not going to be able to get that power if your knee buckles under you 7 out of 10 times. So I think he can if they don't rush him and he actually can recover. Will he be the same? Probably not. But Chubb is still one of the best in the league, so I still think he could be a top 10 guy. You just can't rush him back.
Yeah, and I always have questioned. I question the year after a major injury. I don't
Right.
we saw it with old boy in Dallas last year. what's his name, Pollard, who
Pollard.
came back and he just didn't look the same. I think Pollard has a bounce back year this year, actually, but like, because he was just so bad last year, it was brutal.
Right. Well,
but you just have to give him.
He's not going to be back. He's not going to be back anytime soon.
He's missing missing a good chunk, yeah. And when he comes back, I think he'll be strong. It's just game shape and getting into the speed of it. It's a different story. So
that's a whole different ball game.
Chubb shouldn't be picked before round. I don't even know, because at this point you don't even know if he's going to play this year. Honestly,
Right.
Yeah.
Take Ford. Trust me, take Ford. He's been a workhorse.
I would not take him before Chubb before round 10. I don't know.
Yeah, I would wait
8,
on him.
9, 10. Like,
flyer.
so if you're hoping he's going to be the savior, no, I wouldn't hope on that. Nick Chubb's obviously a monster and a beast, and if he gets back to health, it'll be phenomenal, and it'll be a great pick for you if he plays through that and is healthy. But also, I think that offense is going to be. Well, I don't like Deshaun Watson a lot, so like you have that issue. You have a guy coming back from injury. You have a guy. When is he coming back from injury, and where are they at that situation? Because they're going to have to rely on that defense to carry him, and I don't know if they can carry him as much as they did last year. So,
right.
I'm not saying don't draft Chubb, but you gotta wait and don't hope and think like, oh, Chubb's gonna be the savior of my fantasy team by any stretch of the imagination. But if he gets back to, I hope he gets back to health, and he's a monster. He's a monster if he is.
Well, Ford.
But even when he was a monster, if you're in a PPR league, he doesn't catch out of the backfield, doesn't catch balls. So like, even then there's a limit to him. He might be the best runner in the game, but like PPR wise, not the best back in the game because he doesn't catch balls. So it'll be interesting to see. I wouldn't take him and think like, oh, he's gonna save my season by any stretch.
And that's why I was saying, for if you're going to look at for the Browns, you could take a look at Ford, and he'd be a late pick where you would want to snag Chubb anyway. I mean, the guy averaged 4 yards a carry and 4 touchdowns on 204 carries. So, he wasn't too bad. I mean, he caught 44 balls out of the backfield. So Ford would still be a suitable candidate for you to take on the back end as an RB2, RB3 easy. So you'd be fine.
Yeah, guys, keep your fantasy questions coming. Obviously, we'll be covering a lot of that on Wednesday's show. Week 1, every Wednesday, guys, we cover top to bottom the best matchups of the weekend. We do our best bets of the week, and we also do our fantasy focus on some of the players you should start, sit, so on and so forth. Answer your questions every Wednesday, all season long. Every Sunday, we dive into all of our code yellow in the chat.
I gotta go.
We have one more game we're gonna play with you guys here in a sec, so don't go anywhere. We're gonna do some ultimate roster. But every Sunday we're doing live Sunday night football watch-alongs with you guys. We're doing
except the first one.
Except for the first one. We will. I'll get to the scheduling thing here in a second. But yeah, we'll be doing Sunday night football watch-alongs. We'll be gifting out free subs. We'll be doing a Manning cast style watch along with all of you guys. So if you guys love that, you're gonna love this even more. We break down the game, we have a good time, and we just talking about the other recap of the day, the early games that day. So can't wait to have you as a part of that. That goes on all season long. You're never gonna have anybody else on these streaming platforms covering it like we do. So make sure you guys are here. Make sure you share the stream with anybody else. Hit that follow button. And we would love to have you back all season long. There are programming updates here real quick. We will be missing a couple streams potentially coming up. I will be out of town. I will be in Europe for a week. So I will not be... We'll be doing a Wednesday show as normal. Scotty won't be here. I'll do the Wednesday show with Doc and Rec. Sunday and Wednesday of moving forward after that, we're figuring out what we're going to do. We might be on playback. We might be on something else. So make sure you guys stay tuned on our Discord. Make sure you join the Discord and make sure you are following us on Twitter. That's where we make all of our show announcements and updates. So Discord. Let's see. There we go. And then socials in the chat. Make sure you go check out all of those, especially Twitter and Discord. All of our videos are uploaded to YouTube, so that's always there as well for you. And our fantasy draft will be on Tuesday night for all you guys participating in that. And contest, finally. There you go. Super contest, where you pick against the spread. Four games every week. It's free. Our pick 'em. You pick a game straight up every single week for our Survivor. Every single week. It's free. And our pick 'em, you pick all the games of the week. It's free. You can win some prizes.